Okay, a little bit of convergence, but not too much action here as Faker moves in, gets a ward, they get some money from the ping, and they are just going to move it on back. Doran now in a good matchup here with the Nara into the Scion, avoids the Q there quite nicely, and we just move, even though he's not actually here at the tournament, as we are fighting and we are committing to this one. Keria lit on fire, down to 150 as Delight's moving forward. Not all that scared, but maybe he should be, as Gumayusi firing back nicely. Some trading, Keria coming off a little bit worse for wear, but the health trade, I think, as a whole, is actually kind of even.
2-for-1 trade. We also have Peanut starting on the top half of the map, so might have an opportunity to make his way towards the bot side. Owner, particularly with a champion like Kha'Zix, ideally you just want to get to 6 as soon as possible, get way more power. Also want to highlight, Chovy going for Ignite.
Well, Doran's going to dive on top of a Q and misses Wallop, but not really too much kill threat on either side at this point in the game. And Nah should just have control of the wave as this one continues. Scion, not too worried. He is a big tanky boy and just needs to survive. As Chovy looking a little bit worse for wear in the melee versus range matchup. This could spell his demise, as we're going to see a hook go out on this bottom side. Peanut setting up, but already Doran is under threat, looking for that flash angle. We'll see whether he finds it. Actually, he's not looking for the flash as he hops out of the way. Zeus' health bar is going down, and now he's splitting away from Ona. Has Doran kept himself alive? Finally does flash, and he's been isolated. There is the first blood, and it goes over to Ona.
And he stalls for a long time, but isn't actually able to make his way out. No reinforcements are on the way as well. And Peanut trying to get something going on the cross map doesn't actually end up working out. And Owner with Futures Market is, Chovy does have Ignite, so maybe a little careful, but with Futures Market and an early kill, he has a serrated Dirk and a longsword on his first back. And champions like Kha'Zix can snowball so incredibly fast.
This is definitely fantastic. Doesn't have teleport to try and mitigate some of that. As we're going to check out this bottom lane play once again. Oh, the flash from Keria is great.
I mean, great timing and reactions on that, but yeah, we're just going to watch this again. I mean, it's a nice idea from Doran, right? See how long he can try and keep this going, because Owner's just trying to stop him from flashing over the wall and getting in the way, but he does so good at getting him low, but even it was kind of dead in the water here. You can see Faker roaming up the bot side because he had that push, so Doran just tries to get towards the tower, but ends up isolating himself, and Owner can finish him off.
Possibly overextended. Owner is going to move on in. Does have that level 6 and just drives by. It's going to be absolutely fine, but now doesn't have a flash and the scrap shield on cooldown as well, but still, it's going to be able to walk it out. No worries.
That's not supposed to happen.
Ooh,
that should never happen.
Hook as well, just grazing the T1 bottom lane. Peanut once again denied any access to the lane.
Do have to say though, Guma used Ghost and Keria used Heal, so they were able to get out, did have to blow some summoners, so that is something that maybe Gen G can use when we get to a fight.
They get Peanut out of this area, they do get the Warrior Trickster, is setting up for a bit of a dragon. First one going to be the Cloud Drake, much like it was in game number 1. The Insect going to be able to lock down the crustacean there in the river. And T1 just moved back to clearing out their minion waves. They're still having a fine time here towards this top side, actually even as Doran is going to try and stop that from being the case. Goes back to Mini Nah, trying to get these hyper procs in as the Q is going to miss. Boomerang lands as well. Does do a lot of work onto the Scion here, but doesn't look like he's under too much threat as Ono is going to have to leap his way out, and he will be able to do so. Did he also secure his
get it? Yeah, he got it. He got
fine.
Get onto Faker here, good ward.
Yeah, good ward is going to be down, but Tibbers is still going to be available. Doran just jumps past him. Okay, not going to press the R button though, as Super Mega Death Rocket is going to fly by. Peanut going to get eviscerated in the battle. Faker grabs that one, but the Kha'Zix going to be taken out as well. It's a decent Q there from the Scion, but it's a double kill for Chovy before he goes down. Now Doran's trying to fight it out, but T1 have brought in the cavalry. It's a decent lantern, but not enough to save Doran, and Delight is just going to try and make his way out. T1 going to win this one.
I mean, things have not been working out.
Oh dear, the Thresh is going to fall. Okay, great. As Fake is going to press his Zhonya's, get a wild growth, and he will be fine.
Oh, and that one has got a sting before Gen G to even rotate up pace, but he's not able to join. We'll just have to accept getting a bunch of plates. Doran did actually end up getting Herald though, so even though the kills aren't great, maybe Gen G can use it to bounce back, but that's not how you want your first fight with a Rumble composition to go.
I mean, top laners and people walking away from the game a better duo in this game. Doran not going to be able to get it, but I mean, it was a really good ultimate from Chovy, which started off the
one more time as T1, they just get there a little bit faster. Of course, you can see Jinx in base.
Yeah, I mean, Peanut goes down immediately, but you can see there the ultimate hitting immediately on towards Owner. You've also got Zaya standing on top of it, so he takes a ton of damage right behind the health bar here. You see he'll go down, but then you've now got the zombie sign in the middle of you who just one-shots Chovy. So even though Delight flashed in, there's not a huge amount left. Doran stuck in the pit, one more auto for Guma, and then we just get the chase down here. It was so close to Delight being able to turn this around. Like, it was a nice hook and a nice attempt, but just not quite able to get it across the line.
And shout out to Brendan Valdez here, as the best item in the game is going to keep Faker alive.
Not even close.
He has a Sunfire cake?
He's like, wild growth me, wild growth me, wild growth me, wild growth me, and then the turret shot was about to hit him, gets the wild
Push. But look at the bot side. Chovy, he can't defend this tower.
Yeah, Gumushi does a lot more damage to turrets than Doran does, so as far as this race is concerned, T1 are winning. Equalizer goes down, though, to get Gumushi away from this one, so that turret is going to stay up for now. Gen G bearing down on them now, though. There's 3 members of T1 in the area, but are going to be able to stand strong. And now another wave is going to come down towards the Rumble.
This is just a bluff from Gen G, though. When you have no equalizer, like, that's the majority of the...
She still has double summoners. Wild Growth is available as well.
Well, Peanut's going to move in, and T1 looking to back away from this Drake for the moment. Owner keeping it aggroed as it does turn. There's the flash Tibbers from Faker to start off this fight. Hook is going to connect. Zeus not going to be worried about the CC right now as Cyclone comes in from Peanut, but he's relatively low. Dragon secured by T1 as they grab the Infernal. And now they're just looking to back themselves out. Hook going to go completely wide there as Doran's Nabar is getting there. Does get the extra health as Gumayushi says, get away from me.
And now imagine that fight if you have an equalizer, right? Which is what the comp is.
nice.
Yeah,
Would have been better, I
Would have
think,
been
yeah.
great. Not going to be the case, and it takes away so much of the team fighting power that you have otherwise available. Faker starts the fight, forces Chovy, and even though Chovy is able to stay alive, he's like a Rumble with no ult, no flash, that's at half health. So he's not able to do anything, any meaningful damage as Zeus.
Yeah, I saw the hook land and I was like, ooh, and then I saw that it was on Sion, and I was like,
Oh no,
Yeah.
never mind.
I guess you took a cooldown guy.
That's me, yeah.
Yeah, well, we got a bit of a battle happening here as Shirley does pop down into this mid lane as well. She's getting denied, and I have a feeling she ain't going to be charging anyone. There's a flash forward from Zeus. The equalizer doesn't really do too much as Chovy gonna have to take a land right, but Pays doing so much work. Faker gonna be the one to go down first as Tibbers gets angry, but not angry enough to take anyone down. And Gen G, they will get a kill onto the mid laner, but they lose the value from Shirley.
A little bit trigger happy there from Zeus. Yes, he's able to tank all that damage, but the rest of his team isn't quite in position. Owner!
Yeah, he's diving forward. Not going to be able to find anything there. Doran down to 50% health, but he's going to get to safety.
Nice pickoff for Gen G, but that by itself isn't enough. They need to turn this into more, and it looks like they want to start taking down these outer turrets and get some more map control.
Also give them a bit of a gold influx as well. 55 seconds until that third potential Dragon 4 T1.
big.
That is huge, especially if you can start to get some of these second items completed, but I don't think...
Does have that spell shield, and he will be absolutely fine. Leaps his way out.
Actually want to highlight, this is something that T1 did as well when Owner was on Kha'Zix in the Mad game, which is how much they use his early Umbral Glaive for vision control, right? Particularly because Gen G is kind of relying on finding flanks to try and engage. The hard engage isn't that good outside of Peanut just straight up jumping in or finding a hook.
Well, Gen G not willing to give up soul point here. Are going to contest this Drake. They do have equalizer this time around. Can they find the team fight that they've been looking for all series long? A lot of movement speed here by T1 as they pop the Shirelias, but haven't committed to anything just yet. Delight just off to the side, finds the hook. There's the equalizer, perfectly timed. But Kha'Zix gets into the pit, not able to get the steal, but does have to flash his way out. Flash hook does come in from Delight, but doesn't find anything from it. Faker has decided to invest. His Moonlight Vigil comes down, no kills just yet, but Peanut is separated from the rest of his team, and Gale forts forward from Gumayushi to look for more. Not going to be able to get the kill though, and now the Unstoppable comes in. Good hook. Zay is going to go down, but can T1 find anything? Yes, they can! As the Nara is going to go down. Delight falls as well, and it's even more for T1 as Gumayushi gets the double.
I mean, 2 kills go over, but it is going to be Gen G at least getting the Dragon. T1, though, immediately pings are going down onto this mid lane turret. They want to make sure they can get even more off this. Bit of a scrappy fight, but T1 are able to come out.
And we see Gen G use the equalizer as a tool of zone control. Deny access to the pit. T1 is forced to back off. Gen G's thank you for the Mountain Soul, by the way. And as a result, the initial fight goes well, but it is when the rest of Gen G goes forward that things go awry. As Are they thinking that they're doing Baron? Owner.
Well, Owner is just going to get interrupted there as Peanut is going to press the stop
That's the
button
real one.
and just walks his way out. Okay, that's what.
Just walk off.
I would have been a bit more scared than that personally, but didn't quite have the replay.
I do think, though, this is a bit of a mistake from Gen G. You're just fighting front to back here, which is exactly what T1 wants, right? Makes it very easy for Zeus to step up. Yes, Owner comes in and manages to just hop out of the pit, but look how spread out this is, right? Like, this is totally fine now. The hook is down. You don't have to worry about any threat of the Cyclone or the ultimate, so Faker and Gumayusi immediately start to step up, and it's a very, very spread out fight for Gen G. And with the big wombo combo we were talking about kind of down, FaZe is trying his best to hit the front line, but there isn't a front line for him to really do so, and it struggles to actually step up and deal the DPS he needs.
Also, CT1, not only do they get Doran low, but they kind
Looking for a bit of a dive here as Gumayusi says, all right, well, I'll just walk in and kill you if you want to try and take out a turret. Still, they will be able to collect it there. Jinx gets excited and runs away. Going back to that last fight, it was actually really cute. Keria pre-casted the Wild Growth on Gumayusi and said, go.
Where they're stronger, but
there we go.
T1 starting it up. I mean, you've got two items completed across the board here, but this is still very dangerous if Peanut and Chovy can get that combo down.
Well, Chovy over the side, Doran moving in. There's the equalizer. Peanut gets into the pit. It will be a 50-50, but it's secured by Owner. Peanut explodes. And T1, they'll take the jungler and they'll take the Baron. The first one, 22.5 minutes. Second one, 21 minutes. Third one, 23 minutes. All right, nice.
Is it really a flip? Yes, it is still a flip.
Yes, it is.
That was still extremely risky. And there's a very thin line between confidence and overconfidence. T1 is able to get away with it, but if Gen G was a little bit more ready for that, maybe he had a deep ward, that could have backfired horrendously. Instead, you know, you get Baron, you walk it off, you're completely fine.
Well, there's the Mega Nut, but it's avoided by Gumayusi. Fantastic reflexes on the Gale Force, gets him to safety. And T1, with their Baron, will just walk themselves out. Look to spend some gold before they start again on this push.
Yeah, we'll be able to reset here.
Looking for a flank angle. They find the equalizer down onto Faker. He has to commit, and he throws down the tower and goes 1-for-1. What the heck was that? Okay, Faker, he just takes FaZe with him, and that is so much of the pushing power for Gen G. They would really like to kill Faker and take this turret, but without Jinx, I don't know whether they can.
That might be a bit of a problem. That could be a bit of a problem for these future fights, because now Faker's like, oh, I can actually just kill FaZe if I flash forward, and they don't have anything that can really deal with me.
They did manage to get the turret, though, so I was wrong there.
Well, Faker still has flash.
Yeah.
And FaZe doesn't.
Yeah.
And I want to highlight again, last game we saw the Rocket Bell. This time around, it's Ludens. He is just going all in, and meanwhile, on the cross map with Baron buff,
and also, there's some hooks landing, things like this. They do try and, they do manage to kill the Kazakhs, but at the expense of their inhibitor turret and inhibitor, as Gumayusi is just going to destroy that one. Doran and FaZe just have to watch as all of their stuff gets broken in their house.
It does say a lot with Gumayusi. Oh, hang on.
All right, well, he's walking up to 3 people here. Flame Chamber's goes down. Doran is going to die first. Now he's flashing forward. The Crescendum almost kills FaZe, but FaZe is able to get the shutdown, the double onto the bottom lane of T1. But is it actually enough to get them into a winning position? I don't think so just yet.
Okay, Guma, the previously was confidence, this time it was overconfidence. Just flashes in, has faith, ends up going down, and I actually think that kill is really big because that makes sure that FaZe is looking a lot better. The cross map, though, still not very good for Gen G.
Faker has flash, is in a bush, and FaZe is coming towards us. So.
Looking for the Gnar. And Owner, with his Umbral Blade, going to be able to clear out all of the vision. Faker is once again going to be the target. There's the Hex Splash. Misses the play, though, as Delight still going to be able to get a lot of damage, but the Zhonya's is going to keep Faker alive for so long. Turret falls on the top side as Faker. He stays alive. Peanut also going to be able to stay up as well and walks out, limps out after that one. Keria going to get zapped, though. That's so much damage. It's a corridor and an equalizer. Fantastic for this one, but Gumayusi is so strong, and Doran does nothing. It's a double kill, a triple, a quadra for Gumayusi.
Doesn't quite finish off the Penta, but Guma was so strong in that fight, and now the TP from Zeus, they want to end it here.
Gen G thought they saw a moment of weakness, and they were right, but it wasn't T1 that was weak.
Oh, it was not enough, and also Owner's just going to die to a turret, and Chovy is going to sit on the base. There are minions that are winning the game in the meantime.
But it can't end.
Well, I mean, the minions might be able to, but Zeus definitely isn't, as Chovy once again going to try and go for the drive-by. The zombie mode might be able to be what gets some work done to these turrets. As Chovy says, no, I would like to last hit it. Not going to be able to do so. So, the game continues.
They found the weakness. It was the turrets. That's all they needed. Bait them into the turrets and they can win. Gen G will hold on.
Can trade, right? Zeus, no TP,
Yeah.
no way to get back to the rest of the fight quickly. And Gen G, they're going to start up the Baron.
Well, we'll see whether T1 can actually go for a contest. Owner is going to be there and will be able to get around. Can he win this? As the equalizer doesn't exactly get a lot of value, it is going to be secured by Peanut. Owner gets himself out of the pit though. Peanut looking for the engage angle as they dive once again on top of Gumayusi, but he presses his stopwatch to light getting taken down so low, but the Aphelios is going to be dead, and now it's FaZe's turn to pop off in the team fight. Faker gets taken down, and T1 are routed. Gen G may have found their way back in.
All they need to do is make sure the minions,
the minions
still
might
bearing
win the
down. But there's no teleport except on Faker, who's still dead for 40 seconds. And Gen G, they want to extend it. They're going to keep on going.
They want to just win the game here and now. Okay, well, the front door is open. They are going to be able to take down this
Going
inhibitor turret. And
That's going to be it.
they are going to be defended. Okay, so Zeus, can you do something heroic is the question. Carrion needs to be there as well. He dives forward, gets the polymorph onto FaZe, but it's not going to be enough to keep them in this one. Second Nexus turret going to be taken down, and Gen G will keep themselves alive in the series.